Miles, what we doing here? Honestly, the thumbnail I put out yesterday stated my last response to Miles, aka Bouncer. But yeah, I'm here again today. And what are we really talking about here? You're throwing out accusations. I'm throwing out facts. Again, another difference between us. The key word being difference. Remember that word, the difference. I'm not sure if you can spell sarcasm. You hear me saying, sorry, bro, and you take it for gospel. That's cool. I kind of know who I'm dealing with. You know what I mean? You seem to have this superior aura that you're trying to inflict on the less innocent. You know what I mean? Cool. I forget you're a bad boy. How can I forget that? You're a bad boy. Remember that you was a bad boy. But I mean, what we doing there? You were so supportive just the other day, bro. Telling my peoples, yo, Clue's doing his thing. I'm rating the landing. You was rating me as a person. Now I'm all of the above. Joke, man. All these names that you just speak so freely. Like I'm not even here. Like I wouldn't be offended by that. But some things to address that don't sit well with me. I.e., riding voluntary bang up. For those that don't know what that is, that's when you go to prison and you're scared to come out of your cell. So you stay behind the door in your cell and tell the officers, I don't want to come out. Me. And I don't say that in a way of like, me, like, bro, I'm just a cool, humble person. There's a lot of people like me in the world. We just don't take no nonsense though. We got good hearts. We mean well. We might come across angry, aggressive, rude, grumpy, bitter. I get it, bro. But the truth is, we just don't take no nonsense, bro. That's all it is. Much more badder people than me in the world. I'm sure you know that. You're one of them. And speaking of being selective, how can I be selective if I'm talking to you? You're the bad boy. No? You say a lot of things that just don't make sense, Miles. I'm kind of disappointed. You had this presence that I thought was internet ready. Grown. But in reality, very, very young. You know. So yeah, voluntary. That's a lie. I'm not sure where you're getting your sources from. And it's kind of, strange you asking all these different people about me. I don't even know you. I don't even know who they are. But I know what you're alluding to. High down. When I moved to the opposition wing, and I say opposition, I'm not a gang member, but I care for my people. My brother is in the mix, as to say. We won't go into too much detail. So if you got a problem with my brother, I'm one of them people. That means you got a problem with me. That's fair, no? That's cool. So I say I went to the opposition wing because these people have a problem with my brother, which means they got a problem with me. There was a reason why I went there. But again, I'm not trying to stay here too long. Unless there's more sometimes. Now, I was over there comfortably for about 6 weeks, I believe, while these people gathered up the courage and confidence to, make their move. And when one individual did make his move, not only was it in front of the officers, not only was it in front of the cameras, it was from behind. I can't, from behind. You know I want to say the word, but I'm trying to be grown, but come on, G. You know the snake thing? Huh? My only L in the prison system. Can you believe that? You can ask around. People will tell you. I'm not here to gloat on who I am. I just know who I am. So when you allude to voluntary, they wouldn't let me out of the cell. See, the rules have changed now in prison. Remember, I was in there in 2023. So, for example, if something was to happen in front of an officer or in front of the cameras, they don't need you to say anything. They just take that where they're taking it, bro. Do you know what I mean? So you suggesting that I would get another prisoner a longer sentence just for doing what he felt he had to do, because in a stranger street way, I get it. I wouldn't want that, bro. My mentality is different when I'm seeking what I'm seeking, as in revenge. I don't go the road that you did. Let me just put this down for a sec. Hey, Miles, I hope you're good, buddy. Stay with us. So, yeah. No voluntary, no snitching. Please show me the paperwork that states with my name, my signature, that I told any type of thing that would get an individual some kind of sentence, bro. Please. I would love to see that. I got something that you might want to see, though. We'll get to that. What else did you state? Me being pressured by my brethrens. Pressured by my friends, bro. Cool. Smooth. See, you're just saying anything. And it can only be for monetization, bro, because what's your purpose here? What are you really saying about me? And why are you doing it on the internet? I'm replying on the internet, bro. I called you the S word and you've forgotten who you are. You're the guy that told us, you told. But then you told us that you didn't tell. So I'm confused. So you're saying you didn't tell. Right. You didn't tell. You had no hand in nobody getting no sentence. Okay. I'm struggling to think of what else you said that I had to, speak on. Those were the two most important to me because my reputation is what it is. I'm in that place especially. And a lot of people will vouch for me there. And I salute them too. But I don't know where you're going with this, bro. And I really hope I can leave it here today. You know? Because you told us you was a bad boy. You told us I didn't snitch. Didn't do nothing to send no one to prison. Well, okay. Exhibit A. You know, sometimes that's, you know what I mean? You get the joke? No? I'm just going to read, bro. And for the people watching, he was acting like I wanted to be, there's no smut on my name. Never been the type of person to try and make people think that of me, bro. I'm just cool. But it seems to me like you want to be known as the guy that tells us the truth. You don't lie about nothing, do you, Miles? You're so credible, aren't you, Miles? Okay. So I'll just read the above. Bear with me. We turn now to evidence admitted by the judge in the form of an ABE video interview of Miles Harris, aka Bouncer. What do we have here, Miles Harris? It was common ground that by the date of the trial, Harris, Bouncer, had left the United Kingdom and gone to his father in Jamaica. I've never been still. What's it saying in Yard and that though? Like my family's from the Gardens and that, you know. Dad's side, not really get along with them, do you know what I mean? But let me know. But yeah. But following the incident, he had given a video recorded interview to the police. Bouncer. Miles. It's over, buddy. In it, he said that he was aware of a history of ill feeling between the appellant, the man accused, and you see what I'm not going to do here, because I have some kind of respect. Rest in peace to those that have fallen. I'm not going to say your friend's name. Okay? Cool? Ill feeling between the appellant and, yeah, was his friend, Bouncer's friend, Miles. He had not been present at the incident, but had heard about it subsequently. Okay, so what I gather is, you know, you've heard about what's happened. You wasn't there though. Cool. I get that. You know. But you're talking to the police. Dark times. At the trial, the prosecution applied to play Harris's video interview. No wonder you're so good online with this video thing. You're kind of a pro. Sorry, I keep stopping. This application was supported by, not going to say the name, counsel, because this evidence also supported account of the incident. It was opposed by counsel for the appellant, man accused. The judge was given details of the events which led to Harris leaving the country. Why did you leave? I mean, I know Jamaica's a nice place, but why did you leave? Evidence was given by a police officer who had spoken to Harris, Bouncer, on the phone in Jamaica. Big man, you got weed, gal, and you're on the phone to police. Bomba clot. Yo. What the When Harris was in Jamaica, that's when he was on the phone to police. The police officer said Harris, Bouncer, told him that he, Harris, had left the country in fear, not of persons in the case, but of other young men connected with another matter. So big man, not only are you talking about this thing, you're trying to tell the police about our next thing. What are we doing here? And as the sun beams through the blinds, I hope you can hear me. You don't have to see me. I'm not, yeah? But what's going on here, Miles? Our next crime. That's why you ran. Oh, man. He agreed that at no stage did he tell the police officer that his statement in the video interview was untrue. You're the local bad boy. Does this sound like something a local bad boy does? Of the video interview, he said that he just wanted to help the police officers with their inquiry by telling them the truth. Really starting to not like you, you know, my bro. I mean, talk to me, bro. What's going on here? Didn't you say at 15 you was riding with hammers in cars and bad stuff was going on and you was on smoke? But the same age you're doing this, brother. The witness, Harris, bouncer, said that he had put it to the appellant, the accused, that everyone knew what it was. Everyone knew that it was him and that he had hit the name with a hammer. So correct me if I'm wrong here. You basically told the police the conversation you had with the person found guilty of the crime and that he had said, yeah, I hit him with the hammer. Harris claimed during the video interview that the appellant agreed, saying, well, yeah, I did hammer him like he deserved it. That's street slang, my bro. That's how I know. I was half reading this thinking, nah, it can't be, but that is street slang. Well, yeah, I did hammer him like he deserved it. I could just picture how a man said it. What are we doing here, bouncer? Miles. The judge ruled that it was not reasonably practicable, as in capable, to secure the attendance of Harris. Remember, he's flown to Jamaica. The trial's come around, he's flown to Jamaica, just not to give evidence. He said that after anxious consideration, he found the evidence of Harris, bouncer, vital to the interests of no name. I don't even want to read no more, man. I'm sure I saw another bit that was just as scary and as dark, but this is hurting me, bro. I can only imagine how you're feeling right now, but this is painful, bro. The judge further refused a subsequent application made on behalf of the appellant that his trial be cut, basically, from the trial. So the accused, the man who went to prison, is basically saying you shouldn't be able to play Miles, bouncer, his thing because he's not here. But the judge is telling him and his legal team, this info is vital. We're playing this to the jury, to 12. This is the landing where we talk about what we talk about. Free my people on the landing. I have nothing more to say to you, bro. We can't hold you accountable for being honest, bro.
Fanatics. Throw me out, that could pay in the pig. I'll be on your roof, call me Saint Nick. Caesar with me too, going ape shit. Gorillas in the zoo, we had to break shit.